940 pages, that's how long Trump's big beautiful bill really is, and inside these massive documents are proposals that could quietly reshape major parts of American life. Most people have no idea what's in it, but here's what you should know.
Wait, are you sure I have to know it? I mean, my sleep schedule is already hanging by a thread.
It could add $5 trillion to the national debt, change how millions get healthcare, and impact what you pay or save in taxes. Trump calls it big and beautiful. Elon Musk says it's political suicide. Some see it as a bold step for the country. Others see it as a risky bet with major consequences. From overhauls to Medicaid and food assistance programs, the bill touches nearly every corner of domestic policy. It could even include a surprising detail, a federal push to limit how states can regulate artificial intelligence over the next decade. This isn't just another bill, it's a roadmap for Trump's second-term vision. And it's already cleared a major Senate hurdle. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's find out what's really hidden inside and whether it could impact you. One of the most controversial parts of Trump's big beautiful bill is what it does to America's safety net. At the center are major changes to Medicaid and food assistance programs that could affect millions of low-income families across the country. Let's start with Medicaid.
The bill introduces new work requirements for certain adults and stricter eligibility checks, meaning some people who currently qualify for health care could lose it. Senate Republicans are also pushing for a gradual cut to Medicaid funding by lowering something called provider taxes, which states use to help cover costs. Critics warn that these changes could lead to over 11 million people losing access to health care. To soften the blow, the bill sets aside $25 billion for rural hospitals. But many experts say it may not be enough, especially in states already struggling to keep hospitals open. Then there's SNAP, also known as food stamps. Under the bill, states with error rates above 6% will have to start covering part of the program's costs. That could mean millions in extra expenses for states already under pressure. The rules get complicated, but here's the big takeaway. If a state messes up its paperwork, it could pay the price. Alaska and Hawaii get temporary exemptions, but the rest of the country, not so lucky.
These cuts could reshape how millions of Americans get help with food and medical care. Is this a push for accountability or a rollback that could hurt the most vulnerable? Share your opinion in the comments. At the heart of Trump's big beautiful bill is one clear goal: to lock in the 2017 tax cuts forever. These cuts, originally set to expire at the end of this year, would now become permanent. That's a huge win for high earners, investors, and business owners.
The bill also bumps up the SALT deduction cap, the amount you can deduct for state and local taxes, from $10,000 to $40,000. But here's the catch: it only lasts 5 years. After that, it snaps back to the old limit. There are some flashy perks too. A temporary tax break on tips and overtime pay, and something brand new: Trump accounts. Savings accounts with a $1,000 bonus for babies born in the next 4 years. These accounts grow tax-free, but come with strings attached. Supporters say it puts money back in people's pockets. Critics warn it adds up to $5 trillion in new debt over time.
So, the big question is, who really comes out ahead? The average family might see small savings, but the biggest benefits go to the top. Are these tax breaks a smart move for the future, or just a short-term gift with a long-term cost? While most of the spotlight is on the taxes and spending, there are hidden gems inside Trump's big beautiful bill that could have massive long-term consequences, and almost no one is talking about them.
First, the asylum fee. The original plan was to charge $1,000 for anyone applying for asylum. That was struck down, but the Senate version still includes a $100 fee, marking the first time in modern U.S. history that simply asking for asylum comes with a price tag. Critics say it sets a dangerous precedent for the most vulnerable people fleeing violence and persecution. Then there's the AI clause. Hidden in the fine print is a 10-year moratorium on state-level regulations for artificial intelligence. In return, states get access to $500 million in federal aid, but only if they agree not to regulate AI on their own.
Supporters call it a smart move to ensure consistency, but opponents see it as a handout to tech giants and threat to local control. As America argues over taxes, the future of AI policy is quietly being rewritten without most people even noticing. One of the most explosive parts of Trump's big beautiful bill is the massive increase in US debt ceiling. The bill raises the nation's borrowing limit by a staggering $5 trillion, the largest jump in history.
What makes this even more striking? It's being pushed through without any Democratic votes, using a special Senate rule called reconciliation that only requires a simple majority. This move has ignited fierce criticism from voices across the political spectrum. Senator Rand Paul slammed it as reckless, echoing the concerns of many Americans who worry this sets the country on a dangerous path to debt disaster. Elon Musk, too, called it political suicide, warning that the bill hands out money for outdated industries while piling up debt for future generations. History adds a dark shadow to this gamble. Back in 2010, Democrats faced a brutal backlash for passing sweeping healthcare reform, leading to massive losses in the midterm elections.
Now, some Republicans fear that pushing this bill with its huge debt increase and controversial cuts could trigger a similar political explosion in 2026. With the clock ticking and Congress under pressure to avoid default, GOP leaders are betting everything on this bill to get through. One of the most surprising parts of Trump's big beautiful bill is the introduction of Trump accounts, brand new savings programs with a $1,000 government bonus for every baby born in the next 4 years. Sounds like a sweet deal for the new parents, right? But it comes with complicated rules that could leave many scratching their heads.
These accounts let parents save up to $5,000 a year, with the money growing tax-free until the child turns 18. But here's the catch. Withdrawals are taxed differently depending on how the money is used, and there's a 10% penalty if the funds aren't spent on specific qualified expenses. In other words, it's not as simple as just putting money away for your kid. But the twists don't stop there. The bill also adds new tax deductions for car loan interest, as well as for tips and overtime pay. However, those breaks come with income limits, meaning high earners won't get the full benefit, and the rules around overtime and tips are far from straightforward.
Supporters say these measures offer real tax relief and encourage saving for the future. Critics argue it's a tangle of complex rules that could confuse taxpayers and complicate tax filing. Who do you belong to? The battle over Trump's big beautiful bill has turned into a full-blown political drama. Elon Musk, once a Trump ally, has launched a fierce online attack, calling the bill political suicide and urging voters to reject it. Senators Rand Paul and Tom Tillis openly defy Trump, refusing to support key parts of the legislation over concerns about debt and Medicaid cuts. Meanwhile, Senate Democrats have taken a unique approach to slow the progress. They are literally reading the entire 940-page bill aloud, line by line, scratching the debate for hours and forcing every word under the microscope. This move is more than a delay tactic. It's a statement demanding transparency on what's inside. With the July 4th deadline fast approaching, tensions are rising. The real fireworks might not light up the sky this summer, they could explode right on the Senate floor. So, here is a question. Is this bill a beautiful dream of prosperity, or a billion-dollar trap loaded with risk and hidden costs? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and share this video so you won't miss our upcoming content. Catch you in the next one.